What's up? It's RondezzyRondell, West Coast. I'm always West Coast. Man, once again it's on. Happy Sunday to you guys. I'm up early. I'm an early riser. I was waiting for the Walmart Auto Center to open up. I thought they opened up at 7, but apparently they open up at 9. So I got an hour to kill. I got to get a tire today. One of my tires is balding, so I'm gonna buy one today. I want to talk about this this landlord, the lady that I was renting a room from in her house. Because I mentioned the comment, I said she was low-key racist and shit. I'm gonna tell y'all some of the shit she was saying to me and what she was doing too. That bitch told me, you know, she's a truck driver. She looked like a dyke to me. And what's fucked up about it is I knew we was gonna clash a little bit. I was trying to be nice, and all the time, all the way through, and she was telling her kids and everybody, I'm nice, I paid my rent on time, like way before it's due and everything, which is true. But she started coming at me in weird ways, like, and I could feel it, like, it's like, okay, this bitch is kind of crazy, you know? And she had her little jokes. She said, yeah, the truckers, she said, I've heard the guys say black men know how to use them dicks, but they got low IQs. You know, they don't know how to use that brain like that. And I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, that shit ain't funny to me. You talking about my people, you talking about me. That was a red flag. Then the bitch had a Christmas tree that was still up that she hadn't taken down yet, because I moved in there Christmas Eve. No, not Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve I moved in there. And no, not New Year's Eve, New Year's Day I moved in there. Yeah, New Year's Day. So she had a bunch of bulbs with her kids' names on them and stuff, and they all had K's. All her kids' names begin with a K, and she said, don't think I'm in the KKK because all my kids' names start with a K. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? That's what I hate about black culture, man. They got it where whites think we all think stupid shit. Y'all motherfuckers watch movies too much and dumb shit like that. I don't want to hear about no racist shit. Bitch, I came to you because you had a room available and I needed shelter, bitch. I don't want to talk about this dumb shit in my mind. I didn't argue with her or nothing. I just laughed and went, like, womp womp. You know what I mean? She was doing shit like that. And then she ticked me off because I had this statue that I got from Bed and Beyond of this guy hugging a female, picking her up in the sky. And I got it because my ex had one that her and her husband, like a wooden one. So I got him. Okay, I'm back. I got fucking cut off, man. I hate when that shit happens over here in the mountains and shit. Anyways, I got this statue from Bed Bath and Beyond. That's what the store is called. And mine was metal. Her ex-husband and her had like a wooden one she pulled out of storage, and I was like, nah, bitch, you ain't gonna keep displaying furniture of you and your ex in front of my face. You already got this nigga's mail coming to our house. And you know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the fuck? You know, I was already pissed behind that. I'm like, what bitch does that and think I'm gonna be okay with that? You know what I mean? This is my house and your house. Why is your ex-husband's mail coming to our house? That's when me and my ex were renting a house together. But anyways, I got this little statue and I had it on my desk. I took it back from my ex because it was an anniversary gift, and that big TV she had in the living room, that was my shit. I bought that for her. You know, I took that back. So this woman at the other house was sitting up there saying that statue reminded her of a dildo. She said, I thought that was a dildo on your desk. And I said, why would I have a dildo? So this is when I said something back. After all her little jokes and shit, You know, after all them black dumb jokes and shit, I said something back. I said, and I looked at her dead in the face. I was like, why would I have a dildo? And she was like, oh, I'm just joking, man. I'm like, okay. You know, that shit ticked me off. You know what I'm saying? Then, and that's one thing women gotta understand. You can't be playing with certain men like that. Some men will go as far as slapping the shit out of you. Because they're saying you're acting dumb now. You know, that's an insult. You know, I didn't want to slap her, but I said something back like, nah, bitch, I ain't never touched a dildo in my life, bitch. What the fuck's wrong with you, you crazy bitch? You know? And women, you gotta understand, when you testing a man's sexuality out, he will try to fuck every woman around you. Every woman you know. You got a daughter, he might fuck your daughter if she's of age. You don't play with men's sexuality like that. That's one thing women gotta understand. You start testing a man's sexuality, he'll fuck every bitch you know. Every bitch around you. Because he'll know that you're a silly, dumb bitch. You a dumb bitch. Don't be doing that. Don't be trying to test niggas' sexualities and shit. They will fuck every bitch around you. Then you be looking stupid. But anyways, yeah, she did that shit. And she also said some shit about, what else she do that ticked me off? Oh, so she tested me out. So what I did is, okay, she said I can have company. She was doing that old talking. She go, you know, yeah, you can have company. You can have your parents come over and stuff if you want, and your brother and stuff. You know, doing all that shit. She's an Aries like me, so her birthday April 13th. I'm April 17th. So I was like, yeah, bitch, you just talking right now. You just talking. If I really had my people over here, you have an attitude about it. You know, just running your goddamn mouth talking. I know that type. I used to be like that. So I saw it. I was like, okay, this bitch is just, she's happy in the moment. She's just talking shit. She don't really mean that. You know what I'm saying? So what she did, and I don't hate her. I thank her for taking me in. I don't have nothing against her. But I didn't like her ways. You know what I'm saying? She said, what did she say? Oh, she got mad when she found out that I fucked the 29-year-old in her house. And she wasn't knowing about it. Then I had the 29-year-old come over on a day that she was supposed to be at work. You know what I mean? And we started fucking. She got pissed at that shit, nigga. She was calling my phone while I was fucking her. You know what I'm saying? Because we was making a lot of noise because I was fucking her on an air mattress. It's gonna make noise. So that bitch started texting me, and then I jumped up with cum leaking out my dick and shit, looking at my phone, and then the young girl said, is everything okay? And I said, yeah, everything alright. And I said, it's just somebody calling the wrong number. That bitch texted me, you guys are making a lot of noise, don't let it happen again, like that, and then start talking shit to me in front of her daughter that she done moved back into the house and kicked me out for, saying that, yeah, I think she's a sex addict. And she said, what's her name? She was trying to look her up on Facebook and shit. I ain't gonna give you her fucking name, bitch. And she found out she was getting pissed that I don't have a Facebook, because I don't have a Facebook. And see, a lot of motherfuckers don't like me either because I don't have a fucking Facebook. You can't find me on Facebook. And that's the thing. You're not gonna be in my business, bitch ass. Because I don't have a Facebook. If I have a Facebook, I'm trying to make money with that Facebook. I ain't never been into that. I don't give a fuck what nobody else is doing in a personal life. I'm just a YouTube nigga. I don't do Twitter. I don't do Facebook. I tried Twitter one time. I tried Facebook. I don't like that shit. I just like my YouTube shit. And if you got an attitude with me because I don't have a fucking Facebook, fuck you then. You know what I mean? But anyway, she was doing shit like that. So, you know, it got to the point where she moved another nigga up in there. Like within a week of me moving in, living in there, she moved some other dude that's in his 40s, that's a little bit younger than me. And this motherfucker was racist. And the funny thing about it is he's from California like me, but he's from San Diego. You know, a lot of motherfuckers that's from San Diego that's white, they used to live around Mexicans. They ain't used to no nigga, and they know Mexicans don't like niggas. So, you know, I had to deal with this motherfucker. He was making noise. He didn't work. He was on disability. He was a little short motherfucker with a big head. And he was doing shit, dumb shit. Number one, she said she don't allow no smoking in her house. This motherfucker started smoking in her house and leaving cigarette butts in the toilet. So I told on his ass. I said, that's not me. That's him. Then the bitch, that nigga left the oven on. I told her about that. And then I said that when she told him that I told her, I don't know why in the fuck she told him that I told her, this nigga started having a personal problem with me. And then the nigga, he was talking on the phone to his homeboy saying, I don't give a shit about a nigga, that's just how I feel about him. So I walked out of my room, I heard what he said, and I said, hey man, I can hear your whole conversation, and I gotta be at work in the morning. It's 10:30 at night. It was on a Thursday. So this nigga tried to issue me to a fight, cause he saw me as a punk ass because I told on his ass. And so when I told her that this motherfucker approached me about what I said, she told me she don't want to hear it, and she's gonna kick both of us out if we keep it up. That's what she said. But then I told her that this motherfucker called me, when I told her that this nigga called me, this is where she had my back. When I told her that this nigga put his hands on me, he tried to grab my shirt, and I pushed his ass off me, and it looked like he was going to swing on me, and I pushed his head, I pushed him into the table where the table got, you know, pushed against the wall and shit, and he fell on the ground, was like, oh, like that. And I said, man, I don't want to have to knock you out in this kitchen. You know what I mean? So then that bitch, she had a camera in her kitchen. Never told me that shit. She ain't got to worry about me, though, because I didn't do nothing wrong. You know, I always wash my dishes and everything. So she kicked that nigga out the next day. When I told her, I said, he got physical with me. As soon as I told her that, and that's the G shit that I respect about her. She got his ass up out of there. She helped that nigga move the next day. She said, I'm sorry, dude. I got you on camera. I heard you. And she heard him say nigga. So she kicked his ass out. But still, she wanted to have that room for her grandbaby, and then the other, her kid, her daughter, and the son-in-law was going to take my room. So so that's what was going on at the house there. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker said, I don't give a shit about a nigger. That's just how I feel about him. And I heard that. So I had to deal with all that disrespect just to have a roof over my fucking head. And I was so disgusted in her how quick she was trying to get me up out of there. Our agreement was June that I move. And we shook hands on it. You know, we didn't do no contractual shit. We didn't do that. We just said, okay, it'll just be cash payment. You know, month to month, $650, and I was giving her rent way before it was due. Never was late. You know, I was so disgusted in that whole shit that, and you know, I was doing overtime too, so it's like I couldn't get my shit out right away, and she started threatening me saying, okay, if your stuff is not out by Saturday, I'm going to put it out. And you know, like harassing me and shit. I'm saying, okay, look, I get off work late. I gotta have gas to go back and forth. And she said, that's not my problem. My problem is not to take care of you and like that. And I'm like, what are you talking about, take care of me? Nobody's asking you to take care of me. So and she would hang up on me. Crazy white bitch shit, right? So I got everything out of there, like she said. But I was so disgusted in that shit and tired, dog. I left my TV outside her house, nigga. I left my executive chair, office chair, outside her house. That black leather one I had, all that shit was new still. And it must have been cooking in the sun, because I was like, I couldn't get up there and get it, man. I packed everything and put it in the storage with this fucking car. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta, when I do get my own place, I gotta buy a whole new TV again, which would be cool. And I got, because I know in the storage unit it'll probably get damaged anyway. and another executive office chair. So, you know, I left that shit behind. I was like, man, I'm sick of this racist bullshit that I had to put up there, nigga. I ain't going up there to get that shit, nigga. I'm tired. My body's killing me and shit. You know what I mean? So I was like, fuck that. I left that shit behind outside her door. You can take it in. You can have it if you want it, bitch. I don't even want to see your disgusting ass. Then I saw her ass in town. I think like a week and a half ago. And I seen her looking at me in that little green car she drives. She got a couple of cars. She got a truck, a little green car, and a little gray car. She was looking at me going, doing that goofy shit. And I guess it hurt her feelings because I could see it in her eyes. Like, I didn't even acknowledge her or say, hi, how you doing like that? She just did like, she's like, oh, okay, he hates me. Yeah, he don't like me no more. Yeah, I don't like your motherfucking ass. I ain't gonna say I hate you, but no, hell no, I don't like your motherfucking ass. Because you made it seem like I needed you. And she said that one time. She said, you needed my help. And all this shit, and saying that your little money is not, I don't need the money. Your little money, it's not really doing anything like that out of nowhere. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, bitch? I ain't said nothing to you. I ain't said nothing to you, motherfucker. You saying that basically because I'm there? She just brought this shit up because I'm there. Just because I was there, she brought that shit up. Because she got frustrated that I wasn't a real nigga paying her late and shit. And I kept paying her on time. Like, I'll give her the money and she'll have a dumb look like, oh, this nigga planning on staying here for a minute. He keep paying the rent early and shit. You know? And talking about she don't really need it. You do need it, bitch. You do need it. Because I noticed as soon as I moved in there, she started taking a lot of days off, saying, I got this health issue and all this shit all of a sudden. Your truck driving ass, bitch. And this bitch was, I could tell she was a dyke and shit and all that shit, because this bitch be walking around the house, booty showing, ass crack showing, trying to fix every repair in the house, water leak herself, when she should have somebody else come out there and do the shit. Her fucking door, and she said, I built my house from the ground up and all that shit. Yeah, you built your house, but your fucking doors and shit ain't even lined right on the fucking door. That's why you heard it felt like an earthquake when I was fucking that bitch in your house, the little young chick in your house, because your fucking closets and everything was rattling, nigga, and the door was rattling, nigga. Because your shit ain't right. Trying to do it yourself, trying to be a fucking man. Dumb bitch. Man, I swear to God, I hate that shit. You know? But yeah, that was my experience living up in that house. Shit was crazy, man. And see, I'm the type of nigga, I can't put up with racist shit too much. I'm going to either say something, and I'll be like, fuck you. I was like, nigga, that chair and that TV ain't that important. I don't want to be around that racist little hideout no more. And that shit was hidden from the town. So it's like, it was on some like Norman Bates shit, like on Psycho, where you're on the road. That's what this shit reminds me of. It reminds me of the Psycho movies where you're away from town and you gotta drive a road down just to get to town where everybody else is at. You know what I mean? I don't like that shit. That shit was weird to begin with. So yeah, yeah, that's what this Southern Utah reminds me of. It reminds me of the fucking Psycho movies. And it kind of reminds me of Creep Show 2. Thanks for the ride, lady. Them two movies. This shit remind me of Psycho 3 and Creep Show 2, living out here. You know, to have big fun, you gotta go to Vegas. You know, which is about an hour and a half away. Shit. Crazy shit. But anyway, guys, have a good Sunday. I gotta go get a tire. Then I'm gonna go to the gym. Yesterday, I didn't even make it to the gym because I was trying to, I didn't want my checking account to go into the negative, so I took my ass to a T-Mobile store to try to, pay cash for my phone bill. And this little Mexican girl that worked there, she fucked up my shit where she took $40. She said my bill was $40, which I knew was something was fucked up because my bill is always $78. She applied it to somebody else's account. And I was in there at 1 o'clock, so it took her forever to get my shit right because I thought with Sprint, because I never do a walk-in payment. I haven't done a walk-in payment since I was living in California. So this was what I had to do, unfortunately. So this bitch applied my shit to another account, and when she gave me my receipt back, I was like, okay, who's this Stephanie Hunt? That's not me. My name is, and she said, your name isn't Hunt? And I said, no, my name is Rondell Denham. You asked me, I gave you my driver's license. You processed this wrong, like that. So that's important. Always look at your paperwork when you get it from people, because a lot of times when you're a black person, you get in front of their face, they talk about you behind your back. They talk about us behind our back. So their thing is they just want to get you out of there real fast. They want to get you out of there real fast and go back to their life. You know what I'm saying? So they're not paying attention. They'll make several mistakes. They'll fucking shortchange you. You know, you gotta pay attention to all these motherfuckers, because when your black presence is right there, you like a black Jesus in front of their face. They get nervous and shit because they know they talk about you. They'll fuck your shit up. So her manager was on lunch. He came back in. He had to fix the problem. So I was in there from 1 o'clock to 3:26. So 1 o'clock to 3:26, where she couldn't fix my shit, and the bitch was acting dumb with me and saying stupid shit like, she knew I was getting frustrated, and she's trying this shit, saying, you speak Spanish? She said, you speak Spanish? I said, nah. And she said, you look Dominican to me. And I was like, okay, this bitch is saying all kind of dumb shit. That ain't gonna work, bitch. Fix my shit, bitch. I don't want to be Spanish. I don't want to look like none of y'all. Y'all ain't nothing appealing. Shit. You know what I'm saying? But she said that Spanish shit because as soon as she said that, she jumped on the phone and started speaking in Spanish in front of me to her boyfriend. She had that nigga come over to the store to sit with her. He was on his break. He worked nearby somewhere. And then she sent him off because he had to go back to work. He was on his lunch break. And then the bitch said to me, she said, yeah, Utah is nice and all this shit. I'm from Nevada. And I was like, oh, this bitch is from Nevada. Okay. A lot of motherfuckers over there don't like blacks either. You know, I get all of that, you know. I didn't really want to talk to her like that. I'm like, bitch, you're not fine. You're light skinned and you're Mexican, but you built fucked up like Winnie the Pooh. I ain't interested in you, bitch. You ain't got no titties. You got a gut on you. You got that typical fat head. You got a fat bulldog head. And you ain't even in your 40s. You got a head like a bitch that's in her 40s, bitch. And your body look gross. You look like a weeble wobble. You look like a dude that got man boobs. Your titties you ain't got no titties. You know what I mean? Funny looking legs, funny ass shape. And that's what be tripping me out about some of these Mexicans, dude. They try to be white out here so much, man. They ain't got nobody like a typical white person at all. The typical white person that works out, white people, they're known for having calf muscles. These Mexicans out here, most of the time, their legs are like skinny black people. Or lazy looking black people that don't work out. They got legs like that. You put some Jordans on them niggas, they look just like a black dude. You know what I mean? Them motherfuckers got shapes like dykes and black dykes and shit. You ain't got no white person shape, motherfucker. You don't. And the ones that are in shape, the Mexicans that are in shape, them niggas gotta go to jail or some shit. You know what I mean? Or they gotta have a job that's like they don't drink a lot, and they're into their fitness. That's the only way them niggas gonna be in shape. Cause they eat all the tortillas and cheese and shit, nigga. That shit, high sodium ass shit, nigga. That shit, and just sitting around on that flour and shit, that make you won't have cut at all. You know what I'm saying? That's what trips me out about that shit. So the manager came back. That nigga handled me within 3 minutes, man. And he was a Mexican dude too, light skinned too. That nigga said, and he was looking at her like she a dumb bitch. And he asked me, I think you're gonna get her in trouble, because he asked me, he said, so how long have you been here? And I said, since 1 o'clock, man. And he's like, okay. Then he told me, he said, yeah, man, she's new here. Sorry for the inconvenience. And he just went on and did the shit within 3 minutes. You know. So I missed going to the gym because of her fucking ass. It was like 30 minutes left until the gym closed, because every shit around here closes early on Saturdays. You know what I'm saying? And Sundays. So that shit pissed me off. I was like, man, I was supposed to go to the gym today, man. But today I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna get this tire done. I'm gonna go work out. And ain't nothing stopping me. Shit. Anyways, guys, have a good Sunday. I'm gonna do some more videos from the hotel later on. Peace. West Coast, West Coast.